Yeah, hello again, and welcome back to the grind. Look what happened to this. It's freshly painted. Just finished painting yesterday. I've got most of the tape removed. I think I'll be removing tape for the rest of my life here too. You just find little bits here and there. The spent the week getting it ready for painting, and then it was about a 2-day affair to paint it. Like I put the base coat on one day, and then the next day I put the clear coat on, and it all turned out very nicely. Like it's a nice paint job. Like I'm quite happy with it, and it's not a perfect paint job, but it's a really good garage paint job. Look at that. That scraping there. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh well, that's for adjusting, right? I thought I had that right, but I guess I didn't. Anyway, we'll fix that. I'll get that fixed. Oh well. And then I've got this side here put together, so it looks decent. Have to take the roof off and pull the tape off around that thing. Haven't done that yet. And have to get the door cards back onto it, but first we'll get the doors adjusted properly so they're not scraping and stuff. Anyway, that's pretty well it for what happened this week, getting it ready to paint and then painting. So there you go. I hope you like it, and stick around, you'll see it all happen. Bye for now. Yeah, hello, and welcome back. Welcome back to the grind. Here I am, back with the 924 episode umpteen and a bazillion, right? So anyhow, last week I've got it all getting prepped for painting, so this week there's a few more things. I put some filler in here, but I have to put some more filler in this thing. Still feel a dimple there, so I'll fix that. And the same as that one on the other side, I'll fix that. Then I'll see about, I've got this stuff here. We're going around the top of the sunroof. I'll see if that will do the job. Yeah, so I glued that fabric back up into place here where it's fallen off, and there's a little tear in it right there. But I think that's the only real tear in the whole roof on the inside, so that's pretty good. And then I'm putting this thing on here, and it seems to be going on all right. A little bit of trouble at the corner here getting past this thing, but it's a exercise in patience doing this stuff. So you wonder what a guy does all day out here, right? I don't know, is that looking the right spot? Yeah, around there. So this has got like a glue strip on the inside of it, and you just go along and press it in on over the thing, and try and get that fabric to go up inside it, right? And then try and get it pressed down so the glue will catch. And then it twists itself around about 100 times. Because that's just the way things are. So you just keep on pecking away at it, and it'll eventually get on. Sometimes it goes on like in fits and starts. It'll go on like here. All of a sudden it's going on easy, right? How come? Don't know how come. But I'll keep on going. Anyway, that's kind of an example of that. I'm sure you don't need to watch any more of that, eh? Yeah, that only took forever, but it looks all right. It looks. Now, you can get this stuff from the Porsche, like from the automobile thing that says Porsche on it, or else you can get it from Amazon. So Porsches are $150. Amazon is $11. And I think that stuff is pretty good for this because it's just going to get held down by the sunroof, and that's going on next. Yeah, so I have to do a little bit of body work along here, just to smooth out that edge there, make it nice and even. It's just there's some bubbles there from some welding bubbles. Yeah, there I've taped up the mirrors. They're ready to, well, I have to do some sanding on them and then they're ready to paint. Oh, got to tape up this little bit here. I'll do that, and then that's it for today. It's just about 6 o'clock. Oh, past union rules. Okay, see ya. Yeah, good day. It's back to, it's 2 o'clock already. A little bit late getting out today. But no, I put these wheel stands on underneath all the wheels, so it'll just lift it up a little bit, make it easier to bend down. And I need to sand underneath here, and that lift was in the way for all that time, so I'll sand that. I did get this sanded off fairly nice and smooth, but I still have to do the inside, but that'll be better when it's done. This thing here sanded off nicely, and I don't feel any dent there. And at the back, let me check here. Yeah, that sanded off nicely, and that dent is gone. So we're good for all the dents. All the dents are gone. All the dents are gone. Is that a song or something? No, that was the Mamas and the Papas. Anyhow, I'll carry on. I'm going to sand that down, finish off over there, and then I'm going to paint, just with the rattle can, I'm going to paint on the inside of this rail here, so that it's a finish, like it'll look good. And then maybe I'll even just paint on the edge of this, but this will likely get, well, wouldn't hurt to paint on the edge of that, would it? I'll figure that out. Okay, there, I just gave it a spray along that shaft, and is it a shaft? Along the top of the fender there. Oh, a couple of spots I missed over there. I'll get over there again, and I missed this spot right here, so I'll just show you. All I'm doing is rattle can on it to, just give it a chance to get some paint on it. Like when you spray the car, these cracks you don't get into these cracks very easily. So if we can go ahead and just fill them in beforehand, then they're done. And I'm not worried about a clear coat on that stuff, because it's just, it'll get scratched up by putting tools on it and everything like that eventually. But for now, it might as well look decent, eh? Okay, so there, that's done. Now it's a matter of just going and, I think I'll do around the edge of this too. This part here I don't have to worry about, because it'll get sprayed easily when I'm spraying the car. Okay, yeah, so this was originally red, and previous people made it all black, because they changed the interior from, it was a plaid, must have been pretty ugly, but it was a plaid interior, and they changed it to this black vinyl, and then I've fixed up some of the black vinyl my own self. So I think I'll just make that red again, because the here, body work or archaeology, right? I sanded off here, and I come up with a GVW sticker, so I'll tape that off so it doesn't get ruined again. And they had just, like, if you pull back on this, you can see black paint on there. They just taped it off, and they didn't even tape it off, they just painted over in there. So I'll tape it up properly here, paint that up so it looks good, and see where we can go from there. Yeah, there, I'll just make this all red again. Change it from, I don't know why would somebody make it black, but they did. Anyway, but it'll become red again. And maybe I'll put gold leaf on it later, eh? Who knows? Anyway, I took out the door thing. I'll just give it a wipe down with acetone and then give it a coat of paint and see how it looks. Yeah, there's some stuff coming through from below, or else the paint's not sticking to it, or something's going on. So I'll wait till it dries, then I'll just see what. I'll give it 10 minutes and give it another coat anyhow, and then see if it comes around. It might cure itself, it might not. I'll give it 10 minutes, give it another coat, and wait and see. Yeah, so I did another coat on this and it covered up most of the little bad spots. So I'll give it another 20 minutes and give it another coat and then call that good for inside the door there. The other side, because I had the problem there, I decided I'd take mineral spirits. So I took the mineral spirits to it. And look at that. It took off all that black paint except for a bit over here. Then, so I figured this stuff here is adhered fairly well. I don't know what kind of paint that is, but who knows, eh? Anyhow, so I'm going to tape it up and then I'll hit it with the, whatever you call that stuff, acetone again. So mineral spirits, I put mineral spirits on it and let it set for a bit and then ran over it with acetone. And sadly it took off everything on the sticker here too, but that's, oh well, can't have everything. I might just take my grinder and just pull that off of there, or I'll just leave it there. 09249071310 maybe. I wonder if that's the serial number or the VIN number. Yeah, there, that's all set to. I got most of that black stuff cleaned off. Hopefully it's gonna be okay. Well, we'll just see. Anyhow, I'll give it a coat of paint and see what happens. Yeah, there's a coat of paint on it. I'll give it 10 or 15 minutes and recoat it. See if anything's gonna come through or see how it's gonna do. Check the other side here, see how that's making out. I think that the second coat helped an awful lot. There's still a couple of spots in there. So I'll give it another crack in there and just see what happens. But for the most part, it's okay. Yeah, I'm happy with it now. I don't think it's not perfect, but hey, everything around here is not perfect. And I just put a spray on here just because. Then on the other side, we'll go over there. I've got tape covering up that thing there with the serial number on it, but this side here, it all looks okay, and I think it's fine. That one was a lot easier because I was able to get the original stuff off of it more readily. Then I also put a coat along the inside here just so that, you know, it's got the color to it, same color as the rest of the car is going on. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty it. I've got the paint gun stuff into the sonic cleaner over there. It makes a pile of noise, so you don't want to go over there and see it. Anyhow, that's it for today. Pretty well. I just wait for that cleaner to finish and then I'll head her in. So we did all right today. That's more getting closer to doing a paint job on it. So we're getting there. Yeah, a bit late getting out to work today because out to the shop because it's one of those stormy days around here. Blowing and snowing. Mostly just blowing now. Anyway, I'll carry on. Yeah, I made it through the wind and the snow. Here I am out with the 924. Like it's just about 3 o'clock already. I was waiting for the storm to pass so I could move some of the snow out of the way, and it did, and I did. Now this stuff here turned out pretty nice. In fact, it turned out really nice. I'm happily impressed with that. And now the way along through here is good. Looks right. And then same on this side here. everything looks really nice, feels really nice. So I'm kind of quite happily impressed with that too. So that's good. Now I can safely shut the doors, I think, and start getting ready for painting it. Well, I'm always, this whole thing is getting ready for painting it. Now there's a little hole there, a little hole there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes, right? And they were for where it had a Porsche sign here, and that one is broken. The 924 part is okay, but I have a new Porsche thing that I start about here and go to here. So I'm going to clean that off and fill that with just metal to metal stuff. And so those holes will be covered in, and then that'll be a smooth plate to start with on the next time around. And it had a little bit of a bing there anyhow, so I'll clean that up and do that, and then that'll be good for oh, excuse me, that'll be the last of the body work, eh? Because everything's feeling pretty good now. Well, that's good. And then up here where I did around the motor compartment, everything, this was nice. Like that just sort of feels real nice. Fresh paint, so feels so nice. And I shouldn't really put your fingers on it, but I do anyway, because that's the way it is. That's all right. That's looking good, and that feels good. Right down into here is okay. Yeah, that's good. And down along the front here where this is a new metal that I put in there, so that's the way that is. Good. All right, that's all for now. Yeah, there I've got the hood closed, mostly. And the doors are closed, and I taped up down there. Now I'm just going to go over this. It's not, I didn't adjust it very well. I just stuck that closer thing in there. Now I'll go over the whole car with 220. I've got 220 on this machine here. And that, after a couple of swipes, it's more like a 300 or 350. So it's kind of good for a final pass on the whole car before painting, and it'll take off like that little bit of a run there. I did clear out that run that was here, and everything else will be all right. Don't see any other major runs anywhere. A little bit right there, a little bit thick there. So I'll clean that stuff up, and then that'll be okay. Want to watch a bit? I'll just put you up on the hood here, and you can see what's going on. Is that pointing very close to right? Yeah, it's pretty close. Yeah, so I had to reopen the hood because I forgot to take these things here off, the windshield wiper things, whatever they call them, nozzles. Anyhow, got them off. I'll close the hood and sand them down, and I'll put some tape on underneath them. Yeah, I guess the bodywork's not done until you finish sanding the thing. So there's this little hole here beside the mirror, and I wondered what it was about, so I figured I better take it, inspect it. There's a bunch of Bondo on here. It goes back to about here, but it feathers out down that way, so it's all right. There's just this little bit of a it must have got crunched somehow or other. And I think this is all good and straight, so they just put it in there for good looks, maybe. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm gonna solder that hole closed with a bit of solder and then put body fill on there and fix it up. Yeah, there, that hole is filled up there now, and I'll just get some body putty on here and smooth that out again. There you go. Nothing like it. Yeah, that's on there now, and I'll let that harden, and then sand it off again. That's amazing, the things you find. I saw that hole there a while ago, and I said to myself, I wonder what that is from. And so I ignored it. Never ever should ignore those things. Anyway, magnet shows where the Bondo is. And I know there's more on the car, but I don't think I'll chase any more of it, because I don't think there's any big dents anywhere. It's just little silly things that catch my eye. So I'll carry on sanding. I'll do this panel here, that panel over on the other side, and I did sand these things here off. Then the reason I discovered this, I was figuring out how to close these gaps off here, like that one there. I'll just put a bit of tape over here, over here later, because I still want to open the door maybe. And so I was stuffing a piece of paper in behind here to stop any paint from going through into the window and stuff like that. And then I was looking at it more closely, and don't you know, that's what I saw. Anyway, I'll go and stuff some paper on the other side, hey? Yeah, there. Now, I've been over the whole car with that thing there, except for this little bit here that I have to wait till tomorrow for it to harden. And this came out, that little bit there came out really nice. You can just feel it nice. So this part here, I need to do some more sanding on it tomorrow. It's not quite hard enough, tripping over stuff, but the rest of the car feels nice. So now I gotta clean it off and blow the dust out of here, and then it might be painting time. We'll just see. I don't know if there's anything else I have to do. I have to do those bumpers and find a place to put them where I can paint them. Maybe that'll be right up front here. We'll just see. I'll let down this stuff, my plastic. I'll let my plastic down, and then see what I have for room in here. But first I'll blow the dust out, then I'll let the plastic down and blow the dust out again. Maybe I'll let the plastic down, then blow the dust out. We'll just figure it out. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, here I am back again. I'm on to sand that down. Sand that down. And then it's sort of cleanup time and blow all the dust off. I'll blow all the dust off, and I've got a fresh bucket of water, and then I'll go over it with a fresh bucket of water. Then Windex the whole thing. Windex is good for taking off grease and stuff, eh? And then I think it's pretty near ready to paint, but I have to get it up in the air and clean out all the dust underneath here. Yeah, there I am, back on the 924. It's way up there, I'm down here. Anyhow, I've got to clean up the floor here, and then I've got this down. I'm going to get the dust blown off that. It's actually not too bad a shape. I'm making another paint job without replacing it. I have a couple of patches in the plastic, which I can do, and then we'll carry on. So I think that for some reason I had that down for don't know why, but I'll go ahead and I'll get the blower out. First I'll vacuum the floor, then I'll blow the dust out, and then I'll vacuum again, and then I'll start cleaning the car off. How does that sound? So I'd really just have to worry about this area in here that's going to be the paint booth. The other area is full of dust, and it's going to stay full of dust. That's the way the world is sometimes. Anyhow, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I've got lots of the dust blowing out of here now. I've got a leaf blower that I blew it out with. I vacuumed up the floor first, and then this thing here is getting some of the dust out. That's a real air mover, that thing there. So that's what I'm going to use for an exhaust fan when I'm painting. But it'll pull the dust out here now. And likely it'll just see now that down there, air should come into there. Yeah, air's coming up through there, and that'll give it some airflow through. And I have to just put a 2x4 or something underneath the door to make it so that it seals. Okay, that's all for now. I'll keep on going. Yeah, there I just sprayed a coat of paint on those with the rattle can. See how that's going to turn out. Actually, it turned out pretty nice. And I also wanted to test my fan out here, and it clears out the air just about immediately. It's all the fumes are gone out that way. So that's actually pretty good. I'm happy with that. Now I can let this down and I'll start cleaning off the car. Yeah, I've gone over the back half of the car, and it just picks up a little bit of a rag with that's Dawn soap in there, so I'll just show you what I'm doing. You can't go wrong with Dawn, okay? See if that stays on there, okay? So just a rag with water and Dawn soap. Yeah, there now I've got to see where it still left some dirt behind, but now I'm going to go over the whole thing with the Windex and paper towel, and that will hopefully get rid of all that kind of stuff. Actually, it's pretty clean. I did not notice. I've got to clean this out of here before I go too far. Too much farther, too much more. See how the other side is. I think the other side's okay. Anyhow, now that's pretty clean now. So, and it all feels nice, like it feels smooth. So when it feels smooth like that, it's okay. Okay, I'll just get after it with Windex now. Yeah, Windex. Yeah, there you get the idea, eh? Yeah, there, the whole thing is Windexed. Windexed? Yeah, I guess that's a good name. Anyhow, the Windex, it sort of picks up all that little bit of dust. Now, before I paint, I still have to go over it with a tack cloth, and that'll pick up all the other stuff. And I have some new tack cloths to wipe it down with. But it all feels good. I'll fix up these couple of bits that I noticed, and then maybe tomorrow will be paint day, right? We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and have a good look at these things here and maybe give them another coat. Then I'm going to do the same with the mirrors. I'm going to hang them. I'll put the car up, hang them underneath it, and spray them down so they get a good coat of just from the rattle can, right? Maybe I'll show you that when I do it. Well, we'll see. Yeah, so I developed a bit of a run on there. I might have to sand that off and redo, but otherwise it looks pretty good. And this one here, That's acceptable indeed. That'll do. That'll do. Now the other ones back here, I've given them one coat. I'll just give them another coat in about 10 minutes here. Then we'll go from there. Yeah, that's enough for today. Now those mirrors, I've got 2 coats on them, and I'll just let them soak overnight. I might come out later and put another coat on them. These 2 things here, like a little bit of a run there, but you can't hardly see it, so I'm gonna ignore it for now. And there's a bubble there, but I'll get that off later. Anyhow, this one here looks really nice. You can even see yourself in there. Hello. So anyway, that's good enough for today. Might come out later and give them another coat. If I do, I'll give them another coat too. So that'll be all. See you later. Yeah, hello again. Yeah, could be paint day today. We'll just see. See if I get that far. Anyhow, I've got it all sort of cleaned off. I've got to go back over, like I got things wet yesterday when I was wiping dust off of it. And so these pieces of tape here have let go. So I'll get them retaped so I don't paint the windows. Hey, don't paint the windows, Lauren. That's a good idea. Okay, we'll get retaping on stuff, and then I've got to figure out where to put the bumpers. Don't know. Haven't got that figured yet. Okay. Well, here now. Now, new lips. Think I'm ready. So I've got the bumpers up here. Hopefully I'll be able to get them all right without too much trouble. Then I lifted the lift up high, so it's going to be out of the way, and I won't trip over it down there like I've been doing the last times. Should have thought of that a long time ago, eh? Oh well. Now, next is tack cloth on the car. I'll just wipe the car down with like a microfiber, and then I'll do a tack cloth on it, and then I'll start mixing paint maybe. Now this thing up at the top of the door there was air leaking in there, so it was cold in here this morning. But I've got that closed off, and this thing here is set to go. That being the fan. And I think I have enough light in here. We'll just see how it works out. There's lots of lights up there, eh? It's usually a bit dim back at the back here, but I put a light right up there, pointing kind of down this way. So it might work, might be okay. Okie dokie. Yeah, here's a tack cloth, so I'll just go over the car with it. Have to get my bucket to stand up over here. Yeah, so the whole car, that's how much dust came off of it. Not very much at all, so it's pretty clean. Now, that must be a dust-free environment, eh? Anyway, not quite. Yeah, I forgot to show you these things. Here's one mirror. The other mirror looks the same. You can see your face in it. So that's all right with me. And here's one of the things, right? And you can see your face in this one too. So that's all right with me. When I go to do clear coat, I'll just put these on the front of the car and coat them when I'm doing it. We'll just see. Anyhow, I'll put them away somewhere safe. Yeah, I'm pretty near ready to start. I gotta put my mask on. And first off, I'm gonna go right to the front and start on the bumpers, just to get a feel for the gun. I'll turn on the fan here. Might be noisy. Everything's gonna be noisy in a bit. So, enjoy it. Unplugged up. Try it again. Yeah, so it would start up and spray great for a minute, and then it would quit. It would just like stop spraying. This top thing here, the air vent here was plugged. So I unplugged the air vent. It should work okay now, I hope. We'll see. Yeah, so coat number 1 went on all right. Actually, it looks pretty good. The 2 more, one other coat or 2 on it, and we'll see how things work out. Now on the bumpers, I'm just going to push them up out of the way whilst I paint the car, because they got in the way last time, right? And then, boy, it actually looks really good. Thank God it's a small car, because big cars are hard to paint. Well, I learned that from the Volkswagen van. I have to get it all done at once, and then if I get one end done, the other end's already dry. Let's see if it's... Yeah, it likely needs another 10 minutes before I go and put more paint on it. So I'll just... It's a little bit cool. Like it's not as hot as it could be, but that's okay. A couple of spots I missed because I ran out of paint right back here. But then after I figured out what was wrong with the gun, things went smoothly. Except for that hose is awful heavy. I've got a lighter hose somewhere. Maybe I'll get that out. Okay, anyhow, that's I got another about 10 minutes to wait before I put another coat on it. I'll show you what it looks like after the second coat. Yeah, there's coat number 2 on there. Now, I was able to get these things, I pulled them away from the plastic and painted them last. And need a bit more paint in there, I didn't get it quite right. That's okay, I'll get there. The coat number 3 coming up right away. Roof looks okay. It's difficult to get to the roof because I got the car sort of jacked up, and then I stand on this great bucket here, which isn't really that great. But the good news is this thing here really does evacuate the air quickly. It pulls the air right out of here and makes it a nice work environment. But you see here I got a nice shine on the back here. Okay? And just about everywhere you look there's a nice shine on it. So got a bug right there. That'll be coming out there later. I'll figure it out. Let it dry before I do anything, because otherwise you just get your fingers into it. Now, how do you know when to recoat? This is not ready yet. It's still pretty tacky here, so I'll just give it another 10 minutes or so. But in the meantime, let me see, there it is. I left a bit of paint in the gun. Sometimes that's a dangerous thing to do because it hardens up in there on you if you don't get right back at it quickly. It's been in there for 25 minutes or so now. But I'll mix up another, let me see, it takes about 2 batches of this to do the car. So I'll mix up another 2 batches, get them ready to go, and by then it might be time to start painting again. Here you can watch if you want the get the gloves on. It's a messy affair, this painting business. I make a mess everywhere I go. So now, batch number 1. So here's my marks. 300 milliliters of base coat, 200 milliliters of acetone, 100 milliliters of that stuff, universal hardener. And that makes sort of a 1-to-1 mix, right? 1 part paint, 1 part thinner. Down to my last 100,000 of these things. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Yeah, there. That's 3 coats. 3 coats of red paint on there. I must have bumped it there. Oh well. And right there, a fly landed on it, right? Don't you hate it when a fly lands on there? But the bumpers, they look okay. They're all right. I'm going squick, squick, squick on the floor here. I think I got enough paint everywhere. 3 coats is more than enough for this car, I think, right? And the roof looks okay. Where that bug landed over there, I picked it off, and then, well, the back looks exceptionally good. So there's a little dent right there that I missed, right? Where that bug was right there. You can see, well, oh well. But a couple of coats of clear will fill in any of these. Clear sort of fills up everything that's not perfect, or else makes it worse. One of the two. Anyway, but it looks pretty nice. I think I'm kind of happy with that. That'll do, right? So I'll leave it for tonight, and I'll come tomorrow. And what day is tomorrow, I wonder? Today's Wednesday, so tomorrow's Thursday. I'll come tomorrow and put a coat of clear on it, and then see what we do after that. everything's shiny, right? Actually, that paint comes out really nice. That's not an expensive paint job either. If you're going to do a garage paint job, you might as well do it with inexpensive paint, right? But once you put like the hardener into that rust paint, whatever it's called, trim clad, put the hardener into that trim clad and it comes out really nice. Like, that's a real nice finish. Too bad they don't have more colors. Your choices are kind of red, black, blue, like it's on the truck out there, green, which isn't a very pretty green, more of a John Deere green. I guess if you're a John Deere lover, it's a pretty green, right? But in this case, the red is nice. This is fire red, and it's a nice color. Okay, that's all for now. Good morning, and I'm back here with the 924. It looks different today, doesn't it? Anyway, that's not a bad paint job for a garage paint job. There's a couple of little flaws in it right there. I don't know. Yeah, you can see that. And it's pretty well orange peel free, or like it's got that OEM look to it, which I like. So that's just the way I like it, right there. Now today is challenge is to get the clear coat on without screwing it up, right? We'll see how we can do on that. And I must have done all right on these fenders, getting them flat, because they look good. I think there's a little bit of a bend right there, but very hardly noticeable. Yep, things turned out okay. A little dent in the hood right there that I missed. And there's a dent somewhere back here that I missed. Maybe about right there. But otherwise I think I did not bad at filling in all the dents. How'd this one turn out? Yeah, you can't even see that. And this one down here, where is it? Used to be a dent here. Can't see it anymore. A little bit there that I missed. Oh well. And the bumpers look good. I don't want to touch anything. I guess I can touch underneath here because this is going to be covered with rubber. They feel good. So now it's a matter of clear coat time. See if I can do that. Yeah, so those pieces that I, what do you call that, painted underneath the car there the other day, mirrors, headlight covers, I'm going to put them right there and coat them right there. See how that works out. And then the next thing I have to do is take the tack cloth and just go over the whole thing with the tack cloth. Then it's pretty near ready for paint. Wait a minute till I move this stuff out of the way. And here's what, well, clear coat, here's what the clear coat is. RX114C, El Cheapo Clear, and RX115C, El Cheapo Activator. And actually this stuff, I've used it on the Volkswagen van, it came out pretty nice. It just mix it up as per instructions, and it says 2 wet coats, like you do 2 wet coats on it, and it actually, follow instructions, it works pretty good. We'll just see how things go today. And then I use a different gun for the clear. This one here has got, I don't know if you can read that on there, it's got a 1.3 nozzle on it. The gun that I used, where is it, that one there? That one there has got a 1.4 nozzle. And the 1.3 just atomizes the clear a little bit more so that it makes smaller molecules, smaller droplets, and that makes it so that it covers more easily. And it's a pretty thin mix. So we'll give it a try, see if I can get it without too much trouble. Yeah, I went over the whole thing with this tack cloth and got a couple of specks of dust Not hardly anything. That's good. Yeah, so mixing instructions 4:1. So this thing here has a 4:1. So you put in this up to this 6 here, and then of that stuff, and then you put up to the next 6 right there of that stuff, and that's 4:1. And mix it up well with your very trusty stick here, and then you're set to go. Okay, I'll see what I can come up with. Yeah, here we go. I'll start on the other side on the roof. Yeah. So it gets a bit foggy in here when you're doing clear coat. But there's the first coat number 1 on, and it looks pretty good. So I'll do one more coat, and that'll be dry right there. Eh? And those things there turned out all right. That'll be suitable. Everything here looks pretty good. Yeah, so it's ready for another coat. So I'll get at it. Yeah, that worked out all right. That's 2 coats clear on there. Boy, that stuff works nice. It just comes out like as advertised. After 2 wet coats, it's a little bit tacky still. So I put on clean clothes, no more paint. I really can't see any flaws anywhere. Well, yes I can, but no flaws that'll detract me from having it. All worked out quite nice. So, how do you like it? I like it. I like it quite a bit. Looks an awful lot better than it did 2 days ago, hey? Okay, so there's like a little flaw there, but that's gonna be there. I can likely put some wax on there and polish it up. And there's some little marks in the paint here, but nothing serious. No orange peel. It's like 0 orange peel. This stuff really does. It just comes out nice and flat when you're following the instructions. Like that's one of those paint jobs that, see how that light shines on there, and just nothing very pleasing this is. Okay, well now I gotta put all my paint booth back up out of the way. Then I'll clean up the stuff first. Go over there and clean up. This has to just sit till tomorrow. I'll leave that running for a little while longer. It's most of the fumes have dissipated, but there's still, you can still smell it in here, so I'll leave that running for a bit more. And then I'll clean up after my mess here. That used up like, there'd be enough there for a motorcycle, right? Which I might do. Okay. Yeah, there I've got all everything cleaned up again. ready for the next round. So the that stuff there wraps up out of the way pretty quick and easy. Then, but the car turned out pretty nice. I'm going to be happy with this result. You can see that I'm not a perfect body man because I missed a bit there, but oh well, can't have everything. And I can see a spot right back here, like a parking lot dent or something that I didn't see. But it really shows up when you get a new clear coat on it. And that stuff just shines nice, eh? Like you can see your face in it there. That's the way it should that's the way it should come out. Like there's no what do they call that? Orange peel at all in it. It's all just a nice clean finish. Now this proves that painting is more about product than it is about skill, really, because I have no skill and it came out pretty nice. There's a couple of spots here, like there's a little, I don't know, can you see that little bubble right there? That would be some off-gassing from the previous coat. And same thing right here. I might be able to rub them out with a little bit of like 2000 grit sandpaper and water. Just rub it out and buff it up, and it'll look okay again, I hope. But otherwise, no real big flaws in it anywhere. There's some dust motes on it, and that comes in a garage when you're doing a thing like this in a garage. But you can go over the whole thing with sandpaper, or else just be fine with it the way it is. And I think I'm going to be fine with it the way it is, because there's no orange peel to talk about, so it's good. Maybe in a couple of years when I want to polish it up, I'll buff it all down, and there's 2 thick coats of clear on there, so there's lots to buff through. So anyhow, we're pretty good with it. Hey, I'm a happy guy. Alright, so tomorrow I'll take the tape off and maybe put some door handles on and things like that, and then see how it looks with the windows out. Hey, see? Okay, bye for now. That's all for today. Gotta just go and leave it alone. Yeah, here I am out at the 924. Hey, looks a bit different now. Looks really nice. Anyway, I'll see about getting the tape off it today, and maybe putting some of the trim back on, put the bumpers on. I've got those long nuts to, wonder where I put them, right here. These things here, I'll use these to fix up the bumper holders somehow or other. I'll figure that out. Yeah, so before I get too carried away, I'll just put the front bumper back on it, and this light goes in before I put it on. This light goes in after I put it on, because there's not quite a right bracket in there. Anyway, and that light's also got sort of solid mount to the wiring, just the way things are. Now, gotta undo the tape on there, and then they should just go, should be able to just slide that on. This bumper here, I'll leave that for a little while yet, because it's got I gotta fix those black things. Yeah, there I got some of the tape off it. Takes just as long to get the tape off as it does to get the tape on. And I'll put these covers on these lights again. That'll make them look okay. And like, I got the tape off the back here. I haven't put the bumper on here. And I've got to figure out these lights. There was no gasket. Oops, sorry. There was no gasket on these lights, so I'll figure out something for a gasket for them. But that'll be soon. Got to put door handles on and the mirrors on. Now on the front here, a little bit of, well, I didn't, a dry coat of clear there. I didn't get enough clear on it, so I've got a spray can of clear that might fix that. But I'll leave it for now, because start doing that, I'm gonna make a mess. Anyway, it all looks pretty good. I'll take some cleaning and touch up around here, and some cleaning and touch up down around here. Sometimes the paint, like the tape lifts the paint and it didn't seal well enough down on there, so I'll have to do some touch up on there, which I can do. A little bit just brush work on that. Anyway, it looks pretty good. Actually, it looks damn good. So I'll keep on going and I'll show you how I make out. Whoops, there we go. Yep, the headlight doors are in. Now I have to do some buffing on this one here. Didn't do a great job on that one. I missed some, and a little bit on here. We'll figure that out as time goes on. But so far so good. The front's looking like a car. Now I'll put the door handles on and see if I can adjust the doors. Then I'll worry about the back stuff. Yeah, there I've got this side's put back together. Bumpers on. That light's in. The covers are on the headlights. The mirrors on, solid. Door handles on. Haven't checked. Yeah, it works. Good. And the lock works. I was surprised I got the lock to work. Now I haven't got this stuff in the back done yet, so that's pending, but looking pretty good. And the other side, so it's a real battle getting that door handle back on. Well, the door handle's easy, but the lock mechanism is a real tight fit to try and get it to get into place. Now, looks pretty good, hey? Back bumper's still here. This side here I haven't done any assembly of the stuff yet, but that's for tomorrow or next week, or coming soon to a YouTube near you. So that's it for today. I'm Friday and it's time to put a movie out, hey? So make sure you like and subscribe and tell all your friends, right? Okay, see ya next time. Bye. Yeah, here we are, another one of these days, right? Ah, well, we'll just see how we make out. A little bit blustery. And, yeah, windy. Yeah, it's very pretty, all the snow on the trees. And the dog. Anyway, about halfway to the beach here now. We'll just see how it looks when I get down here a bit farther. Monday today. Now the weatherman talked about this on Friday night, but he said it might be just a couple of centimeters, but oh, don't you know, as usual, might be turns into lots more. Anyway, I'll catch up with you at the beach. Yeah, here we go. Just about. Oh, there goes Buster. Just a movement. Oh, it's pretty close to high tide. Or water's up anyhow. The storm's a brewing. I think it's gonna go for another couple of hours and then it'll stop. Then I gotta get the snowblower out. Oh, there's some windy noise. Yeah. Pardon the noise, but it happens in a storm. Ice is kind of pushed into that corner today. Buster's looking for stuff. Oh no, we gotta stop for a pee. Anyway, there you are. That's a blustery day at the Cove. See you later.